Today we're going to talk about making pom-poms with a Clover pom-pom maker. They look like that. And they may not look like a regular pom-pom maker that you're used to, so we'll go over kind of how they work. They work in basically the same principle. It's a piece that comes apart in the center, and each of these guys are hinged, so they open up. And what you'll do to make a pom-pom is, leaving these connected, you want to open up the arms. It can be a little fiddly because it likes to swing on that pivot. And with your yarn, you will begin on one end and just start wrapping around both arms of the pom-pom maker. And how thick you wrap it is up to you. You definitely want all of the plastic to be covered. You don't want to wrap like that and call it a day, because you'll have a really sad looking little pom-pom. You want it to be nice and dense. So I definitely wrap until the plastic's covered up, and then I give it, until it's kind of a nice few layers. But you can certainly keep going until this whole little area is filled in, basically. You'll just have a really dense and puffy pom-pom. And so we keep wrapping until we get to until we go off camera with our work, until we get to the end. And in fact, I'm going to go back to this end with my working yarn, because when I close that up, I want my working yarn to be close to this guy. So all I'm going to do, it doesn't really matter where this working yarn goes. You just want it to connect these two together. So I'm just going to start wrapping this one now. And I will magically edit this so that in a split second this is going to be all wrapped and we'll be ready to cut our pom-pom free. Okay, so now that we've got both of our halves of the donut wrapped up, you can close it all up, and you can actually just trim off your working yarn. And the fun part now begins, where you can take you want a very sharp, pointy pair of scissors, and you can go right in between the two halves of the donut and snip. And you're going to do that all the way around. And once you've snipped your pom-pom, take your yarn again, your working yarn, and you'll actually just thread it right through and you want it to get nice and tight. You want to tie just a regular overhand knot, and you want it to be nice and firm, because if it's loose at all, your pom-pom, all of these little individual cut threads can just come free from the center. You don't want them to get loose. So get it nice and tight, and then snip that off. And then to free these guys, very gently open up the legs of the pom-pom maker and then you can pull it apart. And what you're left with is this awesome little pom-pom that's kind of shaggy. Your ends where you oops, see, sometimes they'll come free, that's normal. You just don't want that to happen with all of them. You know, give it a little fluffing up, and then all it requires is just a wee haircut. And this is the part where you definitely need to show some self-restraint. I have a tendency to cut too much. I get too perfection-y about it, and I'll kind of dig a hole into one side of the pom-pom, and then I'll have to go and make it even on the other side, and within just a few minutes I will have reduced this lovely pom-pom to a tiny little nubbin of nothing. So gently, gently even out any long bits, but that is a finished awesome pom-pom.